In this video, I'm going to show you the third of the 3 different ways of how to make a Fortnite DUOS gameplay video, and this one is alternating gameplay. So we're going to show you how to swap between both the gameplays so that both players' gameplay are in the same video. You just swap in between each one just like this.
I think I overbuild.
Oh, I'm being shot at from behind, directly west.
Oh, no. I'm throwing grenades.
I'm going for him. Might not be the best idea. Knocked one.
I'm coming as well. Oh, well done.
I can't shoot. Nice. Look at us. Let's go.
So many shots then.
Dude, for real, same here.
I really don't like it.
So this is the third video on how to make a Fortnite DUOS gameplay video, and if you haven't seen those two, please do check those out. And same with those two, I have split this video into part 1 and part 2. Part 1 is the same in all 3 videos, as it shows you how to get the gameplay from both players onto Sharefactory for editing. If you have already watched part 1 on the first or second DUOS video, then you can skip ahead on this video to part 2, and the timestamp is in the description and comments for that. So part 2 will show you how to edit the gameplay to get the DUOS effect that you want, and in this case it's alternating gameplay shown between the 2 players. And as with the other 2 DUOS videos, I had Fortnite Noob 0731 helping me on this one, so thank you so much for your help. And please do check out Fortnite Noob 0731's channel, because it's absolutely brilliant, and he was my first loyal supporter, so I really do hope you do check out his channel, and if you like his videos, please do consider subscribing. Thanks. Okay, so first thing, we need to make sure our settings are correct. So if we go into the main PS4 menu and go to settings, we want to make sure that if we go into sharing and broadcasts and go into audio sharing settings, we want to turn on the share party audio, because this is what's going to pick up both the audios in your duo game when you're playing. So if we imagine that we've just won a duos game here, both players will have had to record their gameplay in order for this to work. Okay, so if we have been recording, you can stop recording now. If you haven't recorded your gameplay, then you can push the share button once on the controller and press square to save the video clip that you've just been playing. Once player 1 has done that, we're going to say player 1 is the one doing the editing. So player 1 does it, and it will automatically go into Sharefactory ready for them to use at later points. So now we're going to concentrate on player 2, which needs to get the footage from the gameplay to player 1. So imagine this is the game that we have just been playing. I'm just going to show you, we're going to record this bit, so we're just going to move it around and then we're going to stop recording. So this is what player 2 can do. So all of these options now are how we're going to get players 2 gameplay to player 1 to be able to edit it all together. Okay, so you can go to capture gallery and you can go to Sharefactory, and then you can find what you've just recorded. Okay, so this will be your DUOS win recording that you've just done. Okay, once you've done that, you can just see, yep, that's what we recorded, and you can go to the gameplay and push options on the controller and go to copy to USB storage device if you've got a USB in your PS4. If you live near to the person, then you can hand this over to them. They can put it in the PS4 and they can start editing the gameplay. It gets a little bit more complicated if you don't live near the person. So what you could do is player 2 could upload their video onto YouTube but have it as unlisted, so nobody else will see it, but you can give access to player 1 so they can start using it and to download it to edit it. So I'm going to show you the different methods of how to get this gameplay for player 1 to use. So you could go to, if player 2 gives you access to their YouTube channel, you could go to their video that they've uploaded, and you can click on those 3 little dots and you can push download, and then that will download it onto your computer, and you can push show it in folder, and then what you want to do is have a USB stick in your laptop, and you want to have on there a folder called Sharefactory, and then within the Sharefactory folder you have a folder called videos. Okay, and then what you're going to do is drag that video gameplay that you've just downloaded into videos on the Sharefactory. Then you can just take it to your PS4 and upload it or import it onto your PS4. Okay, another option of doing that is you could go to get an OBS Studio, which is a free screen recording system, and you could start recording on there. I'm already recording this, so I can't show you, but you could then find the video, or go onto the YouTube video, and then you can make it full screen, and then you can be recording the gameplay from there. It's not ideal because I don't think the video quality and the audio quality will be quite as good, and you may have to break it up into a few bits, but this is another option. I'm trying to give you different options of methods of how to get this gameplay onto Sharefactory for you. Another option is to to find a video converter to MP4. Now, I can't recommend any of these to you because there's some out there that might give you viruses and all that sort of stuff, so you have to be really careful on which one you're choosing. But if you've been using lots before, then you may have one that works really well. I use 4K video downloader, and I've only used it the once, and I've not had any problems, but I cannot be responsible for anything that you're doing. You need to vet which ones you're going to use if you're going to do that. Okay, then you can download it onto a USB stick, and then you can get into your PS4. So imagine we've done one of those methods. We go in, we put the memory stick into the PS4, then we can go to import videos, and then we can import the video from there, and I've shown you plenty of ways of how to do that in previous videos. Okay, so now we're in Sharefactory, we can start putting those two videos together. Okay, and what we want to do really is we want to make both of the videos ready for us to start editing accurately. Okay, so this is still part one of what we want to do. We're going to find one gameplay first, and we're going to name it player 1 so that we can distinguish between the two players. I'm player 1, I'm doing the editing. Player 2 we need to find. Okay, so we need to find the actual gameplay. I recorded with Fortnite Noob 0731, recorded quite a lot, so I'm going to find the start of the gameplay that I want to use, and I'm going to split it. Okay, so this is the start, then I need to find the end, which is here. I've just forwarded it across a little bit. I'm going to split it again at the end of the gameplay that we want. So once we've done that, we can delete the bits that we don't need anymore. So this is just again getting it ready for what we don't for us to be able to edit it how we want to. Okay, so we can delete this bit afterwards, we don't need any of that, and we can just delete the intro there that we don't want, delete the bit before that we don't want, so we're left with purely the video gameplay that we want to use. Okay, then we can save that. So what we're going to do is push options, and we want to export that to gallery, and this is just so it's going to be sat there ready for us to use. We can share later. Okay, and then we need to do the same with the second game. Okay, so we can save project and exit, and then we need to find the second player's gameplay. So we go again to new project. And in fact, there you go. That's player 1 saved there, so that's good. So we want to do the same for the player 2's gameplay. So we need to find that one. So we've already got that downloaded. So we get rid of these. We're in a new project. We go to by category, and we go to import videos, and we just find the video that we've imported. Okay, so that's this one here, and this one is already the amount of video gameplay we want pretty much. Okay, so we've got that as a new project here. So we just need to trim the first bit, so we get that to roughly. Now what you want to do is start the project at the same time as the other video started, so you split it where you want to. So what you could do is look at the Fortnite time on the top right hand corner where it's got the time countdown. So you could use that as a really good guide as to when you're starting both videos, and then hopefully they'll be starting and ending at the same time, which will make things a lot easier. Now I didn't do that on this one for some reason, so we will need to edit it a little bit. Okay, so we are getting rid of all the bits we don't want, same as we did before. We're going to export that to gallery like we did before, and we will be left with player 1's video, which is ready for us to edit, and player 2's video, which again is ready for us to edit, so we'll share later. And this is going to be the end of part 1, so this will be the same for all the next 2 videos. You'll just go through the same process again, but the end part of how we edit it will be different for each of the videos. So this is going to give you the option. There you go, we can see we got player 1 and player 2 there, and that's ready for us to go to the next stage, which is editing. Just before we do the editing, we're going to do the shout out of the day, which this time goes to Freddy Gamer YT, who was the one who actually suggested this as a video. So thanks very much for the suggestion, and please do check out Freddy Gamer YT's channel, and if you like their content, please do consider subscribing. Okay, so we're going to go into new project, and this is where we're going to put the videos together. So we're going to choose whichever theme, get rid of all these ticks apart from one, and then go into rename project, call it Duos Alternating or whatever you want. We're going to add the first clip, so we push cross and then add clip, and then we want to find the player's gameplay that we want to use first. So in this case I'm going to use player 2. So you can choose whichever one you want, just choose whichever one you think best to start with, and then we're going to add that in. We're going to leave that intro clip there because it's going to help us move track 2 along, and we're going to push cross, and then we're going to go to add clip, and then we're going to add an outro. And the reason for doing that is because it's going to help us move track 2 around if we need to when we come to adding it. So we've got something at the beginning and something at the end. We're going to add track 2. This is where we're going to add player 1 to the video. So add clip, and then find player 1, press cross and square to add player 1 to the video, and that adds it as a track 2. And then we just need to try and line both of these up. So you can go to move clip on track 2, and what we're doing is looking on the top right hand corner where we've got the Fortnite timeline there. We're going to use that. Both videos will be at the same time. We just want to make them both at the same time when they start, so that the audio clips and the action are at the same time. So you can just move those to however we want them until we've got them lined up. Okay, so they're lined up. So we didn't actually need this intro clip to be there because we didn't overlap it, so we can just delete that. Now be aware, when you delete a clip it does mess up the tracks a little bit, so you just need to go back and move it back to where it should be. So I'm just going to line that back up quickly now. And then once that's done, we can leave them both where they are, and all we're going to be doing is just splitting the clips between them so that we can turn on the track 2 or just leave the main track playing, and that's how we're going to alternate the tracks. So I'll show you how we're going to do that. So what you need to do is just skip ahead to whichever part you want to edit first or split first. So we're going to go to this part here, and we're just going to alternate between the plays a little bit where we have someone come to us. So what we're going to do is just use the split clip each time, and when we split it, we don't want to move the D-pad at all. We want to split the clip, and then we want to move to the track 2, so edit track 2, and then we want to split track 2 as well in exactly the same place. Okay, once we've done that, we'll move along to where we want the next split to be, and you just keep letting it play. So you push the main button on the controller to let it play, and then as soon as you've got it, try and listen to the audio as well, so that it works with the audio sometimes. And then once you've done that, you can split it again to where you think you want it to go to the next player's gameplay. So on this example, I'm throwing the grenades. Once I've announced I'm throwing the grenades, I can see the other players moving, so I'm going to split out, move across to that player. So you're just trying to do it so that it makes sense, really. And then all you just do is just keep on splitting it until you've got all the clips exactly split how you want them, and we'll go to the next stage. But just do double check that each time you are splitting both track 2 and the main track in the same place, because that's the most important thing. So you're just going step by step to make sure they are split at the same point. Okay, once you have done that, we then want to turn on the track 2 so that it's showing as the main track. So at the moment we've split them all, but it's still showing track 1 all the way through. So in effect, what we want to do is, when we want track 2 to show, we just go onto the clip that is playing, and then we go to edit track 2, and then we push the square button and go down to pip layout, and then click on full screen, and then that will turn that on to full screen so that it's swapping to that player instead. And then we just allow the next clip to be the other main clip again, and then we can go back onto track. There it is. Let's go onto this one here, so we can then go onto again track 2 and make that full screen as well in the pip layout. So that's pretty much what you're doing for all of the clips all the way through, just allowing it to alternate as and when gameplay makes sense to be on that track 2. Okay, so once you've done that, we want to do that obviously for all of the tracks that we want to affect. Then you can just play it through and just make sure it's looking correct. Then we can change the audio, because remember we've got both audios playing at the moment, and that's just creating that kind of echoey type effect, so we want to get rid of that. So we basically want to choose which audio is the best and turn the volume down on the other audio so that that's not playing. Okay, so I'm just going to go through each of the clips. Now this is one of the frustrating things, especially if you've got lots of clips, you've got to go through them individually to lower the volume if it's track 1. Actually, to be honest, you could do it for all tracks, but I like to go through it one by one just to make sure it's correct. So totally up to you how you want to do it. Once you've done it and you're happy, you can export to gallery by pushing the options button on the controller and then going to export to gallery, and that's pretty much that. And then you can add commentary or music or whatever you want to once you've exported it. So let the last little bit play out, but that is pretty much it, and I hope you found it useful. Please do check out the other 2 clips as well, or the other 2 videos on how to make duos videos. I think they're all really good options, and it's totally up to you which ones you choose, but they do take a little bit of work, but I think the result is well worth it.
I can't shoot. Nice! Look at us! Let's go!
So many shots then.
Dude, for real, same here.
I really don't like these.
Okay, so I hope that's been useful. Please do check out the other videos, and if you have liked this or if you enjoyed this, do hit the like button, and please do subscribe if you haven't already, and do check out all the other videos. We've got lots of Sharefactory videos already uploaded and lots more to come. Thanks.